check your Jupiter and where you have Sagittarius in your astrological chart. All the information you're looking for is in the description box down below. And thank you so much for supporting Sikiksyd. Hello to all the Sagittariuses out there, those that have Sagittarius in their charts, and the cross watchers, those that are watching this reading that aren't Sagittariuses, but are just interested in what Sagittarius is doing. All right, let's get into it. If you're looking for a personal reading, that information is in the description box next to the butterfly, where you can find all my services, as well as reviews for those that have purchased my services already and how it has impacted them as individuals. This is for Sagittarius. And of course, if you just feel drawn to watch the reading, it's for you. Okay? What is Sagittarius hiding from within themselves? What is Sagittarius hiding from within themselves? Okay, Judgment, Libra, Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn, higher ground. So you see how she's in this rose, and it's almost like the rose has risen above the sheep. It's like you are not in the matrix. Okay? But the higher ground would also be an awakening. What you have been hiding from within yourself is the awakening. Now, oftentimes people talk about the rose and they forget about the thorns that come with the rose, right? In order for you to even touch a rose, you also have to be okay with touching its thorns, which means that there is a sense of experience, Sagittarius. You rule the philosophy that it can be found in books, true, but the philosophy that can also be found through experience, which makes it very powerful, because if you've experienced something, your belief will be much different than what it is than if you just read about it, right? Because you've lived it, you've breathed it, you've done it, you've experienced it, which means that there is a sense of higher perspective you're able to take on particular situations, right? Judgment is also saying what you're hiding from within yourself if this is about a relationship, right? And it can even be the relationship with yourself, to give it one more chance. That's what you would be hiding from. If this is a relationship, it's like, you know, you guys are basically about to call it quits, and what you're hiding from within yourself is giving it one more chance. And if you are single, then this would symbolize what you are hiding from is giving the relationship with yourself one more chance to have an awakening, to have a new beginning. Instead of, it's almost like in the Matrix when he says, stop trying to hit me and hit me, right? Stop trying to love and love. Stop trying to be happy and be. Stop trying to, you know what I mean? And be and do. Right? Now, the higher ground would also symbolize, if this is an awakening, that awakening does mean that there is a sense of, with the sheep, you would be rising above a particular belief system and even structure that has been formed around those that may not be awakened to that particular level. And the truth is, not everybody on their journey is meant to. So just because you learn a lot, you get on that spiritual journey and you awaken and you're like, oh, I'm doing the damn thing, right? Does not necessarily mean that's everyone's journey. For some people, they are not emotionally or psychologically designed to take on that particular information or those particular belief systems in this lifetime. That's not what they're meant to be here to do. Now, it does mean that when you're doing your mission and your job, it'll reach who it's meant to reach, but you have no control over who that may be. That comes with the territory of that, right? The beauty that comes, it's almost like what you've been hiding from is that it's actually quite beautiful to awaken. And that, yes, you did have to leave a couple people behind, right, with the sheep mentality, because you've come into a sense of awareness of who you are within yourself. But it means that brings more energetic space to bring in the new people, right? New energies, new belief systems. It's about making room for that. If Sagittarius' heart could say anything, what would Sagittarius' heart say? If Sagittarius' heart could say anything, what would Sagittarius' heart say? It wasn't you. It was me. So for some of you, what you've been like hiding from within yourself is about going on your journey and knowing that it's okay you have a different journey than another individual, and that you may not be meant to be on the same journey because of the journey that you were designed to be on. Does that make sense? That you have two different journeys. You have your own journey and someone else has their own journey, and it wasn't meant to be together. Okay? And on some level, that would make you feel like it wasn't them, but it was you. Right? This awakening. This seeing things from a higher perspective. Seeing the hills. Seeing the kingdoms. Right? Seeing the ability to grow something new. The rose. Huh. Well, that is beautiful. And for some of you, you kept trying to make something work that wasn't supposed to work. And you may have even been on the right track if you said, oh, this person is my soulmate, or this person is someone, rather you say, like, you're just meant to be with this person, whatever you feel in your heart. But it could have also been what's in your chart. There are particular things that if I, as a professional astrologer, were to look into your chart, it may pertain that you may not be meant to meet the person of the love of your life in this lifetime. That may be something that you're actually destined to experience. It can also be that there are certain difficulties you may experience in love and in life because of particular placements and degrees that you have in your chart. Okay? And by looking at it as a higher perspective of what are you supposed to learn from that within yourself, rather than looking at it as something of a punishment. Right? That is the awakening. That's the awakening. It could also be, karma that you're dealing from past life. That's the truth with the Queen of Swords. A lot of you are divorced or you're widowed. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. And one more for Sagittarius, please, in the future. All right. All right. Yeah. The devil. Okay. That's the hidden energy. All right. Hidden energy is death, ancestors. All right. What's interesting is with this particular card, you can always look at it as, of course, our ancestors, although in the physical, they have carried on, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're dead. Right? Spiritually, they're still with you. Spiritually, you can see them even in your children. Right? You can see particular characteristics they have, or particular gifts and abilities, or blessings that come your way, that come from one's ancestors. All right? Now, we're going to get into what I see in your reading. Queen of Swords, Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Six of Wands, Jupiter, and Leo. Daughter of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The Father, Sims, which is Temperance in reverse, Sagittarius. King of Cups, Father of Baskets, okay? And Miss Robinson, which is Capricorn. King of Cups in reverse is Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And the Ten of Cups is in reverse, Mars and Pisces, which are hidden energy being ancestors, death in reverse. If this is a commitment, there is cheating. There's cheating going on. Okay? Someone's cheating in the relationship. Okay? And you could be hearing this from a professional. All right? You could be hearing this from like a doctor. You could be hearing this from an astrologer. You could be hearing this from me, okay? The woman has the snake around her neck, which would mean that there is a sense of like the Ouroboros almost. It's like coming to terms. I feel like saying coming to terms. You could be seeing a doctor, a psychologist, a philosopher. You could be seeing a lawyer, okay? But she has the sword of truth, okay? And with that sword of truth, it's like you've been through many different experiences that have allowed you to gain clarity over your own sense of identity and purpose and how to move forward, right? And with the Six of Wands, Jupiter and Leo, this woman, she will tell you the truth. It may not be what you want to hear, but it is the truth. It is the truth, okay? And I feel like something is also not the right, so like you're going to get some kind of bad news regarding work, Sagittarius, okay? There's going to be some type of bad news. But with the Six of Wands, Jupiter and Leo, this is also fame. So a lot of you guys are famous. It's like people love to say that they know you. They want to be associated with you. This is also, say you do like something in the public eye, the entertainment industry, people are all over you. Okay, all over you. Now, Daughter of Swords, you're going to receive some kind of message. Okay, it could be a text message, could be a phone call. I'm also seeing with the Page of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, you see all these people sort of around her, but she still has a sense of clarity. It's about finding new ways to communicate. And even if in love you feel like it's difficult to find the right person, it's almost like you've realized that you found the person you were searching for when you found yourself. That's what you were searching for. Everything is just a mere reflection, right? And we're talking about air, which can be a bit detached, where you realize that the person that you've been searching for in your life, the energy and the vibration that you were searching to be in is within you. Okay? It's within you. This is also learning something new. I feel like you're a student. You could be in school. You're learning something brand new that does take you learning how to think in new ways, learning how to communicate in new ways, and finding the best relationship, and the spotlight is on her. The best relationship is with yourself. I feel like you have a lot of supporters, like people, you may not even know, this could be all over the country, all over the world, and they just want to support you. They just want to show you love, right? Being at that higher ground and higher sense of self is allowing you to see the bigger perspective of things and being able to cut through the red tape. Okay? Now, with the Father Sons in reverse, Sagittarius, there's an addiction here. Some kind of addiction. A lack of willingness to learn something new. There's also, if you're dealing in a relationship, this relationship is not meant to teach you to gently love yourself. It's not meant to do that. And it's also bringing a lot of impatience and lack of cooperation with whoever you're dealing with. And this can also symbolize imbalance, lack of harmony, lack of willingness to learn something new. Okay? This is also, even if you are somebody who knows how to have relationships, commitments, and connections, the person you're dealing with does not. Okay? Because they don't have a healthy relationship with themselves. And it's not your responsibility to teach it to them. Okay? I'm also seeing someone may just have a different philosophy and belief system than you. Okay? Someone's also watching you. Someone's watching you. You have the King of Cups in reverse, and then you have the Devil, Capricorn. There's an addiction here, and it could be codependency. It's the low vibration of love. The resistance to change. Like I said, it's almost like you keep trying to give something one more chance. Right? But this is realizing that the chance that you've been looking for comes with the awakening that your journey is a different journey than another individual. And it doesn't mean that that individual is bad. It just means you can't fit someone into your journey maybe the way you thought. Because that's not what they're meant to do on their journey. You get what I'm saying? With the Devil, this is also saying, like, the story of this particular card is that you could go low, but instead of going low, you go high. Okay? Now, I'm also feeling like with the King of Cups, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, the King of Cups in reverse represents rape. It's a rapist. It represents somebody who is sexually abusive, emotionally abusive, gives you emotion, takes it back, someone emotionally unstable, someone who could even be loyal to a fault, okay? And it's someone who cheats. This can also be someone who's not interested in the opposite sex. This person could just be interested in the same sex, okay? But what I'm also saying with the devil is a sense of codependency on a connection with somebody who's not emotionally available to have one. And if rather they're married or in a relationship, they are cheating on whoever they're with. Or they're promiscuous, okay? They could be a Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in their Jupiter, or Cancer, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Scorpio in their Jupiter. Because I see the King of Wands is also in reverse, okay? Which would mean I feel like they could also have Libra, they could also have Sagittarius in their Venus, Sagittarius in their moon. The moon in Sagittarius, masculine energy, is a womanizer, unfortunately. And as well as the woman, the moon in Sagittarius woman can also be a playgirl or a playboy, okay? They could have Sagittarius in their Pluto. They could have Sagittarius in their Neptune, okay? They could have Sagittarius in their sun sign, Sagittarius in their rising sun sign. They could have Sagittarius in their Mars, okay? Sagittarius in their Jupiter. Cancer, Aries, Sagittarius, Scorpio. Or in their Chiron. They could have Sagittarius in their Chiron or flip it, okay? Where any of those signs, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Pisces, could be in their Jupiter. Okay, so there's a resistance in the Ten of Cups, Mars and Pisces. There is a lot of fighting. This is a very messy ending. There's a lawyer involved here. Okay, could even be a young daughter involved. Five of Swords, there's a rape, a murder, a crime, or a divorce, or a breakup coming your way. Venus in Aquarius, severing of ties, getting rid of somebody. And this is making you very angry because I see the King of Wands is in reverse. Okay? But there has been a resistance to change. Almost like someone kept saying it's not the right time, it's not the right time, it's not the right time. But even if you're being seen in public together, you guys are extremely miserable with each other. You're not happy together with the Ten of Cups in reverse. There could be child abuse or child neglect. A lot of you, there is no emotional connection because this person has already cheated on you. But you're too codependent or reliant on this person to cut them off. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Now, the King of Cups is just also somebody who's not emotionally available, emotionally manipulative, or has some kind of addiction. This person could work in the entertainment industry. They could work in the esoteric, the occult, magic, finances, taxes, loans, assets, other people's money, law, in any way, shape, or form. They could be a police officer, a sheriff, or a lawyer. Or they could work in realty, work with homes. They could work in prisons, institutions, and asylums. This person could even work with children. This person could actually work with children, could work with athletes, sports, philosophy, psychology, abusive. Whoever this is very abusive. The clarity that you receive from some professional, and it could even be you coming to see me, okay? The clarity that you receive from a professional allows you to have the clarity to do what is best for yourself, rather than believing that the awakening means that you keep trying to change another individual. When you feel that you try to change another individual, you are off the wrong journey. You are not supposed to control anybody, okay? But having this sense of clarity allows you to have success, okay? You could also be seeing someone who's doing this. There's a relationship over. It's an extremely unhappy family or unhappy relationship. And it just doesn't make you happy. Does not make you happy. Everyone's arguing. The children are unhappy or they feel neglected. With the devil, there will be some kind of codependency or addiction. This could be like lack of self-confidence as well. You most likely have Capricorn in your Jupiter, or you have Sagittarius in your Saturn. Okay? Right. So regarding your career and financial future, it's saying it's time for you to be independent. Okay, that's what's going to be coming up for you. It's time for you to step into an entrepreneur mindset. Think of, consider investing and committing yourself to your own business. Your own business, okay? Your financial freedom is going to actually come from you standing alone, okay? And being independent. And it's also saying that during this time, angels don't exist. They don't actually exist. But you're going to have angelic help from other beings from other universes. Okay, that's what I can tell you. All right, because if I were to tell you, then it would no longer be esoteric and occult, which represents secret. So it's time for you to trust in the universe, know you'll be provided for, and realize that there is a career or blessing that's lining up for you. So stay positive, and you have to believe. Pay attention to the signs that you're receiving during this time. Okay? Now, let's look at what Spirit wants Sagittarius to know about Sagittarius' destiny and fate. I feel like you're researching something new. And this is about yourself. Some of you are finding major success in your career, especially if you work independently. You have the number 26, which breaks down into 8, death. Scorpio energy. The portal. You're going through a portal, Sagittarius. You may also have this could be like if you have a child with somebody and that person is not stepping up to the plate to take care of the child with you, okay? Or they cheat on you. And that's something you see very clearly, and you realize, the Six of Wands is when you realize you'd be much more successful on your own rather than with another individual. Because that is staying in the matrix. When you stay in a job you don't like, when you stay in a relationship you don't like, when you stay in whatever it is that isn't working for you, but you stay in it because you're terrified of being by yourself and standing independently. You can be alone and not lonely, but it's about your mindset. It's about your mindset. 2 and 6, bad today. Games of chance will not pay. Inclined to be a trifle gay, you'd better soon behave. Good fellowship is good sometimes, but it ruins your chance to save. Bad day to wish, try tomorrow. For some of you, there could be lack of either emotional maturity, financial stability could also be happening here. Yeah, there could be working 2 jobs. I'm also seeing that there is either you're not having any sex, like you could be preserving your body for the right person, or if you're in a relationship, sex has ceased to occur. Because someone's emotionally and passionately withdrawn from the situation. The masculine energy has already withdrawn. So it wouldn't be erectile dysfunction. This person's just not sexually interested. You may be chatty, funny, and witty, right? But there's a sense, if this is a relationship, this would even be a sense of bitterness. Ooh. There would be a sense of bitterness about this. A lot of people may know about this relationship as well. The next level of your ascension is the mycelium and the gemstones. What's interesting about this is with the gemstones, this is talking about variety, just like Gemini, right? Things coming in different sizes and shapes, right? And I think this is what you're realizing about happiness. it's going to come in different sizes and shapes, right? Success, love, abundance, joy, all these things come in different sizes and shapes than maybe you ever expected, but it comes from you thinking outside of the box. Shrooms represent luck, and they also represent, spiritually, that's what they represent. But they also represent a sense of, this is like a different kingdom. This is like fungi. When you take shrooms, Maria Sabina, who I also study under, because I don't just do medical marijuana healing, but I also do like shroom healing, right? Ayahuasca healing, these different things. She used to call the shrooms angel children, even though angels don't actually exist. But it's because they send you to another dimension, another portal. The next level of your ascension is about realizing that in this new perspective that you're seeing the world through, and this can be very innovative within your connections to your colleagues, your schoolmates, your siblings, your friends, your mentality, right? The way that you even think, the way you speak, the way you write. This will all be changing into another dimension. And that's where your luck lies. That's where your ascension lies, by realizing that the variety of what you maybe have always deemed as crazy or out of the box or extremely unique is where the abundance is. Okay, that's where the abundance is on your ascension. They'll become in all different shapes and sizes, and that there is a sense of royalty and regalness in variety, the spice of life. That things come in different shapes and sizes, and that can be experiences, right? You rule experiences. But when you see things from a higher ground, higher perspective within yourself, you'll realize why everything happened in the first place. You don't need to know why something works the way it works. You just know that it works because that's what it's meant to do, right? This can be realizing that everything that you've experienced, you don't necessarily always need a reason in that moment for why it happened the way it did. You just know that it did in order for you to get to where you are now. And although it may seem crazy, it's extremely valuable. Every experience is. Every person, every connection that we have ever encountered, it played its part. And now this is about realizing this psychedelic connection that you have with yourself that isn't necessarily meant to always need to be explained, but simply meant to be experienced. This has been your reading, Sagittarius. Welcome, my friend, to the portal. If you'd like a personal reading, information is linked down below in the description box next to the butterfly. I'll say.